ever try to solve a problem only realize that you are the problem? Hello again, skunkmunkee here, and today, Igniter episode 62. What are we doing? Well, I have the hiccups, so if I pause in my talking, I apologize. But we are so close to getting this thing ready. There it goes. There's a hiccup. Ready for some real test runs, making sure everything works. There is, however, one more thing. I think one more thing. Honestly, I have no idea. There's so much. There's another hiccup. So much stuff that I need to be doing. So first off, we have right down here, we've got our beacons: strength, speed, speed 2, jump boost, resistance, and strength regular. And they need to go all the way down to, well, basically bedrock. Not quite bedrock, but pretty close to bedrock. And so I have dug a hole down, and I am going to kill myself. I feel like I'm going to kill myself. I have not killed myself. It makes me happy. More hiccups. And then I've dug trenches all the way. And I actually started digging the wrong way first, and so I had to fill that in, and now we're going the right way. So if we run down here, and let me just jump run so we get there a little bit faster, there are 4 different spots that need to have beacons, and this is one of them. There's one down there, and then at the end here, it tees off. One goes that way, one goes that way. So the redstone needs to run all the way through here. Well, the bigger problem is, how do you get it from up there to down here? Now, there's a very simple way to send it upwards, if you guys didn't know that. If you use an observer with a water column, all you got to do is at the bottom, you take away the soul sand, and then it becomes non-bubble, and the observer will read that. On the way down, however, it's a little bit different, but it is just as quick. And we send that signal down using these. Yeah, walls. Did you guys know that walls can send redstone signals? If you didn't, you're about to find out how. So we will put a wall at each one of our 6 slots right here, and then a repeater. And obviously, once this thing is all done, we'll have another repeater. Oops, don't want to do that. Another repeater like that. But for the sake of learning, we're gonna put a button here. Now you see how that wall is flat, and all the way down it is flat. If we hit this button, did you see that? It changes that one, which changes it the whole way. There's another hiccup, all the way down. And that will work all the way down as far as we can possibly build this wall. It would also work all the way up. So that is a way of sending a signal up and down. All we need is an observer at the bottom, and the observer has to be on the bottom of this. If you put it on the side, it's going to trigger it. So if there is a block along the side of this anywhere in the entire row, it's going to make the whole row look like this one right here, which is why we have an extra row on the end, just to keep everything nice and smooth. So now we just need to build this wall all the way from down there to up here, and then we can run the redstone signal. So simple. Let's get that done. The walls are all in all the way down, and this is a good time to mention that when the game resets, we'll need these beacons to reset as well. I can actually put in another layer going across right here, which will be exactly like this set up. So I will take a line from the reset line, run it over here, it'll pop, hit these things, and we'll just have all of these be... you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be... That was bad. Let's try that again. Hugging this wall over here. Yeah, that worked a little bit better. Oh, that was not my brightest moment. And helmet. There we go. And obviously get everything into our... Where's our bow? Where's the bow? Game, where's my bow? Oh, don't do that to me. See, this is where I went wrong. Anyway... this is what the setup looks like down here. Actually, nope, I don't want that. That's not right at all. I had those there to put the observer, and now, of course, I don't have... Oh, my goodness gracious. Why? For the 3rd time, hugging the left-hand side. Okay. Now, let's put in... Nope, not there. Of course, I had to go there. As you can see, that one Well, that only changed there. I thought that worked all the way. Huh. I guess it only works from there down? There you go. News to me. That only works from there down. That only works going down, not going up. So you want the bubble column going up, and you want this method going down. So anyway, when that change happens, then the observers will output a signal. So if we did this, let's just say we have our little signal going right here, and if we place a block there, oh, that's a shulker. Stop making a liar out of me. There we go. It was kind of brief to see. I don't know if you guys caught it or not. We can just break this and we'll do it again. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Redstone signal. So that is how this all works. Now we just need to run our lines all the way out. And I also brought along some blocks of iron so we can set up the beacons. So I'll be right back. A second for you and hours for me. I have put in all 6 lines, and as you can see right here, it turns and they go down to that beacon area, and we have this beacon area right here. And the beacons are all in. Well, okay, the beacons aren't in. The beacon bases are in. But as you can see, we go down to there. We also, it gets a little confusing in here because you're trying to run 6 lines in this little tiny area. So there we go. All of the beacons are in, and I also put down a little hole here. Some of these are upgrades. So like, oh, where's my food? I want my food. Don't want food in that spot right there. So like strength 1 and strength 2. It'll be the same beacon, like right here. Let's say right, no, I don't want that. Let's say right here is strength 1. That'll actually be strength 2, and all it does is when you have the line, it'll activate this, but it will also pull out one of these. And if you don't have a full 4-tier beacon, it reverts down to the strength 1, or so strength 1. So maybe asking, well, how are we going to activate this stuff? Well, that's something that I was trying to figure out, and I think I have it figured out, actually. Where's my redstone box? Why don't I have my redstone box? I had, oh, for Pete's sake. Let me go find my redstone box. Now that I have my redstone box, this is what you want. You want copper bulbs, because copper bulbs have the unique property that they can be lit by a redstone signal and then unlit. So let's say we have this right here. Your line comes in, so that would be like, okay, the redstone line has come in. It has now lit this comparator out into the block, and now this is going to stay like this until this bulb receives power again. So, you know, the person dies, let's clear it, and now it pulls it back. That simple. So now if we just put all 6, actually, I think there's only 4 beacons that we need right now. We put them in, and then we can run our lines, and, yeah, this should be good. Actually, you know what? I don't have beacons. I never made a deal. I need to go get beacons. Came over to the shopping district. This looks like the right place. Beacon. Nope, don't need a beacon box. Just a beacon. 5 diamonds? 5 diamonds. That's not bad. Let's see. I need. Let's just put 6 in each one. And 6 times 4 is 24. 24 times, what was it, 5? 24 times 5 is only 120. Wait, how many is that going to be? I can do math. It's 120. It's 120. I figured that out right away. I don't know what you guys are talking about. There was no way that took me a bit to figure out or anything. All right, so we need, I'm going to say 24. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And then if we just go like that and like that, bingo, bango, bongo, we have our 24 beacons. Woohoo! I've placed all 24 beacons, but they're not powering up, and I don't really understand why. I thought we had it figured out that above this there are no solid blocks and it should go all the way through. Okay, I'll get it figured out. You ever try to solve a problem only realize that you are the problem? There's nothing wrong up there. It's down here. This isn't a proper beacon. What was I thinking? I don't understand what in the world goes on in my brain sometimes. So basically, you know, this is not a proper beacon. Bottom. You need... No, I can't even jump because of that. You need to have... That. Now you're a proper beacon. See? That was all it was. That was all it was. It wasn't it. It was me. It was me. So now I gotta go around and make all of them bigger because, of course I do. Of course, I made the mistake and now I've got to pay for it. I mean, I had to do this anyway. I just... Yep. I have been doing a bit of work. All of the 4 pyramids of the bases of the beacons have been filled out. All of the wiring has been run. And if we head over here to our first beacon area, you see that I have pistons galore. We've got wiring running everywhere. Everything's absolutely crazy. And we have our copper bulbs in, getting the power, keeping the power on until they get hit again. And yeah, look at this. So some of these are easy. Like the pink one right here, the jump boost, that one comes in and it's secure. As soon as that gets powered, then it turns off and you get your jump boost. Other ones, though, are not quite so straightforward, like the black one here. The black one and magenta. One of them is strength 2, one of them is strength 1. So they both need to power the piston, or unpower the piston, I should say, that is going to let the beacon up, but also the black one needs to come down here and raise this because it is only strength 1, whereas the magenta is the strength 2. And there are 2 of those. I believe the green and blue. I think it's green and blue do the same thing. Oh, no. Light blue. Light blue goes down there and green does it. I think blue is like resistance. Yeah, so green comes, powers here. Yeah, light blue powers here. Yeah, craziness. So let's head back to the beginning and I'll show you guys how I've been testing this. If I can get back to this has been an absolute nightmare to navigate, just FYI. Been so crazy. There we go, finally. All right, now let's fly down here. Nice open flying area. So we have all of our levers here. I can basically go like this, powers the black line, and then I can hit free cam and we'll just fly through here and see, okay, that one's on, that one's on, that one's on, that one's on. Now, I did have to go through and make sure that each one was giving me the proper effect, and that if we hit this lever twice, that would be like it's getting powered down, and now all of the beacons are off. This took me so much longer than I thought it would take. I thought it was going to be a simple run the lines through, pistons, we're done. This has been hours upon hours upon hours. Like, literally, I can't even imagine how many hours this has taken. It's been absolutely nuts. So, glad to be done with this. This should all be working properly. Whoo, doggy. I am one step closer to completion of this project, and that makes me feel good. One last thing I wanted to get accomplished today in this video was the part in the skill tree where it takes the skill that you have made useless away when it gives you the new skill. Like when a ranger gets a power 1 bow, it should take away the regular bow. Power 2 takes away power 1, that sort of thing. So I went through and made a list, and each one of the trees actually has between 8 and 10 different things that need to be taken out, whether it be swords, armor, bows, whatever it may be. So I kind of made this little area right here, which wasn't being used for a whole lot, and one thing it did is this right here was set up to take out the, when they actually get an upgrade token, this would take it out once they've used it. And so I just added on a few more here, and we can use this to take out all of the different ones. Now the problem is, this is a lot more in depth than I thought it would be, as everything seems to be. I have to run a line from each and every one of the lines over here. So like right here, this is stone sword. So as soon as you get stone sword and it actually lets it through, then it also sends a line down here, which powers the bulb, which allows this to be unpowered right here. And that's going to suck out the wooden sword. But once the whole thing is done and it's given it back, it needs to reset it. So that's what this red line is going to do. It's going to be coming out of this white line, which is what takes out your skill token. And as soon as, so when you get the skill token, it would retract this. So it would suck out the skill token, which would depower the red line. And then after 1 minute, it would repower that, which is going to turn on all of the bulbs that were, turn off all the bulbs that were turned on, which is what this little redstone here does. Is redstone gets turned, or the bulb gets turned on because you power from getting that skill, which would turn this on, which would turn this off, which would turn this off, which would allow the redstone to go through when this gets turned back on. It's really, it makes sense. I just had to wrap my mind around it, and it probably would take you guys a bit to wrap your minds around it. The thing is, I have to do it for that line, and this line, and that line. And I did every other one, so orange, blue, just because that's what I have. And I've done half of the ones for here. I still have 4 to go. I've done 5. And this is taking a long time. And I'm in the creative world. So I'm designing all this so that I can put it into the schematic to throw it back into the world. And I am just not going to have time to get that done. So we're going to have to call it here. Hopefully we can get this all sewn up off camera, and then I can get it built and have it ready for our next video. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, consider subscribing, turn on the notifications. You can follow me on Twitter, you can join my Discord channel. Hope to see you guys in the next Igniter SMP. Until next time!